And that is going to be decided here and now. We've already highlighted what these teams want to be doing here in this early game, and like every game before it, advantage is going back and forth. It is going to come down to execution. It is going to come down to which team can team fight better, because that is the specialty of both of these rosters. But BDSA, in more recent memory, have been coming out on top.
They have, and I think we hit on it in the game 4, but it's important to really emphasize it, because it's the fact that BDSA are really good at picking and choosing when enough is enough in these team fights. Yeah. And I think it is, again, so easy when you have things that have plenty of utility for something like a Jinx to run forward, get resets, get aggressive. It's so easy to push all the way in and then have a fight be turned around on you. But they have just been so content with grabbing 1 or 2 kills, moving to the objective, forcing LDLC into difficult situations where they have to pick and choose. And we'll see if anything different comes away for it here in the game number 5. It will be a top lane start, though, for Shio, and I'm very curious to see how active he's going to be, because he's been fairly active the last couple games.
Sure has, and I mean, you do, or rather you should have an idea on where Yike is going to be. Thing is, do we see the invade from Shio? That's the thing. You got a lot of early game aggression. You have a lot of chances to 1v1 this Hecarim, force that Ghost Summoner spell out early, maybe secure a kill, as we have seen in this matchup in the past here. So we're already seeing that mid-push start to come through for Chico. Again, you need some items. You need that E-Laser upgrade to come online before someone like the Victor is going to be able to get the mid-push. So that's something Shio's looking to take advantage of.
Level 2 comes through for Crown Shot, not near Dote. It's a minion late, but they're still able to get decent priority here. Decent damage onto Exakick as well. Just trying to keep them under pressure, under threat. In case anything does break out, they can maybe look for a big play. They've already found a 2v2 successful play against LDLC in the earlier games. But Shio now making his way over to his bottom quadrant. Could look to get very active. You have a mid shove. You could look for something very early, even if you wanted to, into the bot lane that has been stacking. But meanwhile, Yike has also just been doing a bit of farming himself. Just needs to get some levels on this Hecarim. As we take a look at the top side, an aggressive view will be under a little bit of fire, but will be able to farm safely.
Yeah, that's all you really want to if you are the Hecarim, if you're Yike. Just get those first few clears off, get the items, get close to that level 6 mark with that Onslaught of Shadows being available here. Overall, things are probably going to be slow for that reason here, unless BDSA are the ones to pull the trigger, because they're the ones who have that agency for the moment. Shio, now with the 5 camps done, going to look for the Scuttle Crab here. And that's pretty much the only thing that's going to be available to him. Not necessarily a dive available, and that Scrying Orb in the top lane is going to indicate that Yike is up there.
Restivu will have to play it just a tad bit safe in the meantime. Yike just going to do some searching, figuring out, okay, where is Shio right now? And now they're even pinging for what could be a top dive here. This would be a little ambitious, I feel like. Restivu is fairly healthy, has his flash, and Yike only has the ghost. He has to be very careful not getting stunned up under tower.
Thing is, too, usually you want to reset right away after your first clear, so this is going to be a good amount of time with this next wave coming through here. I think that's why you're seeing the recall channeled. It's not that you have any hopes of really picking up that first dragon, but you want to get back, get those level 2 camps as they spawn. That's what Yike is going to do here.
Resets for both junglers. They'll go back, they'll spend their gold. Both will go for a full clear. And now we'll likely see Shio come back to his top side as the Gromp will be spawning. A good ward will be placed to help track this Lee Sin, though, through the early game. And, well, I like this play for BDSA as well. They understand that Shio is going to be the top side, so it's an excellent time to back. Spend all that gold, get a Noon Quiver, and back out right onto the map here.
Yeah, and that ward on the Gromp is also going to inform BDSA where Yike is on the map at the moment here. And I kind of like that Shio's immediately moving to the top side. They do spot him out. This might be an opening for the Dragon, but if you're BDSA, you're not really thinking that Dragon is going to go right away for the most part.
Ooh, Das will find the engage and just wants to make sure that wave gets shoved in. No kind of a freeze will come out. Dote also dishing some damage back in. This is going to time the resets here with Doth. Pending if Dote does fully back, and now he's realizing I might actually have to stay here in case they look for a play.
Yeah, that's the big thing here. I think Doss has lost enough health that he wants to go for the recall, and Exakick hasn't spent a single bit of gold yet. It's looking like they just want to back, but if they do get noticed, it's going to be a little dangerous for Exakick here.
There it is. Wave is shoved in. Crown Shot now actually has the ability to potentially deny some creeps coming into this next wave. It will be a caddy wave, so you might not lose a ton. And, well, knowing this, of course, that, hey, Exakick, he has not backed yet, guys. That means that Shio has the avenue to move through for the early Dragon.
Yeah, no level 6 on Hecarim, no items, no components built on Exakick. Means it is an easy pickup here for what BDSA has been their tried and true style in the LFL spring, and that's going to be an easy Dragon number 1. We're seeing the value of that Zillion passive come through again. You give over that little bit of extra XP, those extra levels, which could end up turning the tide in some of these bot lane plays.
Love the call so far for BDSA, playing very well around the objectives already, playing even through the landing phase fairly well here too, as Exakick finally, actually, he stops his recall again, so this is interesting. He's going to be sitting on a ton of gold. You can see it there on the right side, 1,500 right now in his pocket. Does not want to miss out on any golder experience.
Oh.
And was that one secured?
Yeah.
Oh, it's stolen away, so nice play from Yike.
A little bit of BM coming through here, and it is actually going to give Yike a bit of a farm lead as well over Shio. But ultimately, not a whole lot else done by LDLC in this early game. And again, that is what we're expecting here. Because of that, I still want to see BDSA do a little bit more early on, because now Shio's getting close to that level 6. You have the ultimate, that Dragon's Rage coming through, and that's true across the whole map. You're seeing a lot of crucial ultimates come through. The Slicing Maelstrom, the Chrono Shift. So we're going to, especially with Shiko's propensity and ability to move all across the map once he gets lane push, I need to see plays being made.
Little fight here, little scrap through the supports, trying to get some vision down, playing her through the mid laners. As Sheikah comes back off of his reset, wave will be pushed all the way in here, and will just be some trading back and forth. Nothing really more other than that. Still very even for as far as the gold. Everyone keeping up in farm. No real leads, I'd say, so far, and that is great. I think for LDLC, for that simple fact that they want to scale beatdown. They want to get this Victor, this Aphelios online. They want to be ready to team fight. And as long as things do stay neutral like this, they'll be able to get there much quicker and also a lot more stable so that they're not giving away any of these potential mistakes for BDSA to capitalize on.
That's right, and LDLC, because they have such good late game, scaling, team fighting, all of it in their favor, this is what they're betting their chips on in this game 5, to be able to close things out. Yike, again, on that Hecarim, where we saw the Baron Seal come through in game 1. Will he be able to do it again? Will the team fights go LDLC's way? Because the last 2 games, it has been all BDSA. LDLC just not able to keep up. Now they have the options, though. Now they have the damage, because Aka also in one of the games they won was playing this Victor, and he played it well.
Rift started out. This has been basically the handshake trade for the majority of the series. Shio, though, is on a ward, and that means that Yike is now very interested in coming over, but Ragnar kind of gives away the play here. They very well maybe could have set up for a bait, but with the Shock Blast coming in, that's going to, of course, send Shio on his way, but it sends him right over to Dawson Yike, who set up the play quite nicely. Aggressive is going to have to leave his jungler out to dry, as it's a first blood for Yike.
That's the call. No point committing the Slicing Maelstrom. You just walk back to lane and farm up whatever you can. That's going to be the objective trade you highlighted, but with DOS showing topside, means now Exakick is the one under threat that he has to respect. He has to walk away and sacrifice some creeps instead of his life.
Plates going over now to Crown Shot. See, sure, you'll lose out a little bit into the top side. Rift Herald also will come through for Yike, but you're able to deny Exakick just a little bit more. As Aggressivu, he's not actually safe. He does have his flash, does have the ultimate, but it's a 3-man dive. Aggressivu gonna have to do a lot to try to outplay this. That's the flash and his play. Dawson is gonna be locked up, but he should be able to walk himself out. No more tower shots come in, and that's a clean dive for LDLC.
Didn't even need to commit the Onslaught of Shadows, and not even going to drop that Rift Herald. And I like it, because you know Ragnar's gonna be, needs to recall now, and so he can get himself back on the map with the TP, spend the gold that he earned in that play and those plates. Move Yike to this bottom side of the map, because you set up a successful dive. That's turret plates for Exakick. We saw how important it is to get those early gold leads on the AD carry. BDSA have been doing it for Crown Shot all series long. So getting some gold, getting some love over to Exakick's side of the map, I think is the play.
That is the play here. Shio yet to really get active in a successful play here so far. You really want to try to do it once you have your ultimate off cooldown, and he will have the Dragon Rage back up fairly soon if he can find an angle in. 45 seconds away now from a potential second Dragon, and well, because of the advantage that we're seeing for Crown Shot, they might be able to get priority. He will be back in the lane, very much so in time for this Dragon that's going to be coming up now in 30, but it's a matter of, are they going to let this one go. Will LDLC try to contest?
Early on, usually the first two, it's not something they are too concerned about. With Ragnar being back in that top lane and Yike pathing up, the idea might just be to dive top again, try to put Aggressivu out of the game and get those turret plates onto Ragnar. We don't always see plays up to top lane here for LDLC. That is the option they are looking for because you can see it. All the movement from BDS into this bottom side of the map means that LDLC not interested in even trying to contest this dragon. It's only the second one.
Yeah, the good news I feel like for the top lane right now for BDS is that Aggressivu does still have his flash in case they do try to make a play. So there is opportunities for outplay. Yike is now maybe going to make his way over. You see the pings coming down on the minimap as the second dragon is locked in. Can they set up the play? Aggressivu does invest his E, and now he might be under threat. We also still see the Rift Herald available for Yike, and he's going to drop it.
Yeah, he did that so he could try and clear the wave out, buy some time for his jungler to show up. Because of that, it is just going to end up being the turret plate drop dry. It is going to get a lot of turret gold over to Ragnar and Yike, but it's not going to be the whole turret.
That's the engage, the 2v2, maybe turning around now for the side of LDLC. Crownshot tries to fight back, but can't weave in any autos after coming out of the stomach of the catfish. And that means that there will just be a heavy trade and a couple ultimates used.
Yeah, nothing is going to come through. No summoners coming out. LDLC, I like that their bot lane are trying to make some of these plays happen here, trying to force the 2v2 that's usually gone Crownshot and Urdote's way. And we highlighted again, DOS on this Leona is a very comfort champion, really good at setting up plays, setting up dives. And had that been any other support, probably would be a kill. But that's why you see Urdote put so much priority on the Tahm Kench.
Still a while off that next dragon, as everything is extremely tense for both of these teams. LDLC just trying to make sure they do not think about a reverse sweep coming in here for BDSA. Play to their game, and they've been doing that here so far. Does equal just about an 800 gold lead as we hit that 13-minute mark just about. Ragnar has been holding his own, but Aggressivu as well, despite the counterpick coming in. He's been very even in CS. He's only went down due to a 1v3 dive. But it's the bot lane. That's the big advantage right now for BDSA. They've been funneling gold in the crown shot as we typically see it. There's only 2 plates also left on this bot lane tower as well.
Right, and it's all gone over to crown shot. Yike now is on this bottom side of the map, has the turbo chem tank built, still has Onslaught of Shadows. So I'm looking for him to make a play soon. And you have a lot of dive potential on the squad. Aka's really getting up there with that Luden's being built. Gotta have that upgraded E-Laser by now as well. So you got a lot of damage coming through here from that Chaos Storm. And I'm wanting to see LDLC now that they're on the map, now that they got some crucial spikes coming through, some ultimates good to go. I want to see plays on their side as well because they can't. This isn't the time to be playing scared, Austin.
No.
Like, this is the game 5 where you need to continue to pull the trigger like you had all series long.
Yeah, you have to continue to put on the pressure. Make the decisions hard for the opposition. Make sure they're not having these easy landing phases. Putting the pressure on is constantly what needs to be done, and you're seeing that through the top side here again. That's the focus. All into Ragnar. There is a ward here that's going to spot Yike, and that means that Aggressivu is going to show a lot of respect. And look at DOS. He's even making his way up as well. This very well might be the first tower of the game going over.
Yeah, it's going to be easily secured. And that super mega death rocket here, maybe for the sake of revealing. Either way, it is going to show that DOS is in the area, and Aggressivu is going to back off. Like, you know what? Yeah, I don't want this. I'm going to let that one go.
So first tower is secure just before Crownshot gets the bot lane tower. But this now means that Exakick is going to be consistently down to Crownshot, not only in experience, but obviously in gold as well, as all the plates go over, the solo gold goes over as well. It's not the first tower, but it's still pretty massive, as you can see Exakick wants to just fight, man. He's like, listen, I have not been involved in anything so far. I just want to scrap a bit.
Wow, and he uses the Gale Force to dodge the zap. Doesn't want to give away any more damage over to Crownshot. But overall, as you say, Exakick, although has been paying his respects, hasn't fallen yet, has fallen very far behind because of all the pressure that LDLC are putting on the other side of the map. Oh man, Chico, it's just zillion things.
Yeah, you never really expect a lockdown, I feel like, from a zillion player, but it starts with the slow, and then the chain CC, and then there goes all your health.
Yeah, it's like, wait, what happened?
Yeah, it's shocking at times, but Chico's definitely making the best of it. Yike might make a move for this Rift Herald. Again, Shio has still yet to really make a successful play so far. 15 minutes into the game on the Lee Sin, something we criticized him during the regular season for, not really being able to find opportunities or be willing to try to make them happen. He has been rotating around the map, trying to cover where he can, but it will at least get them off of the Rift Herald, so this one's still very much up and available for both squads.
I do like that one, because you're denying this potential trade coming through here. We were still 40 seconds away from the Dragon when that happened. Because of that, if they didn't contest it, it would mean BDSA lose the Herald and aren't able to really get anything in trade. But now you see the blue pings coming through for assistance. They're saying, hey, look, Crown Shot, we get it, you're fed, but why don't you move on down and help us secure the Dragon, because Soul Point for BDSA is up and available, and it's going to be another Ocean Soul.
That's a TP also there for Micah. Has to invest it to catch the wave. He can slowly make his way over, but it is BDSA here first, looking for what could be their third Dragon of the game, around 16 minutes. Both top laners getting involved. TPs across the board just about. And now we'll see who starts it up first. Looks like Yike is going to move into the pit.
Has to be very careful. Teamfight tools available. Look at DOS for the engage on LDLC side. Aggressive though. Has flash, has ult, and he has an angle. They don't know where he's hiding right now, but he'll be revealed once he walks out.
All right, Dragon's gonna reset. LDLC forced back a little bit. Good zoning coming through. Low health though.
They don't know where this cannon is.
Looking for the kick. He kicks him away, and they're gonna secure it. Can they escape? They immediately turn onto Aggressive, who has to use his ultimate. Almost finds a kill on the DOS. So they'll lose the Dragon, but at least they're able to get one back.
Yeah, that is the consolation prize, and I like it from Aggressive. He knows there are wards, he knows there's vision, so as long as he plays in darkness, LDLC have to play the guessing game. Where's the cannon? Where is he hiding? And if we're not careful, we lose the Dragon and our lives. Fortunately, or rather fortunately, it was only one of them as they got the trade kill through, and they will be able to get the Herald. But this is Soul Point for BDSA, and this is just something we've established you can't let happen, because they are so good at securing these souls, man.
Yeah, I've heard that line before. Soul Point again for BDSA. Who would have thought beat down?
Not me, bro.
Game 5
crazy.
as well. I mean,
yeah.
Just goes to show. Playing to the bot side, playing through the neutral objectives for the Dragons has been strong, but LDLC, they try to see if they can get something, but it won't really result in a whole lot. Just some damage coming through. Ultimates have been thrown out, so not a whole lot available for as far as utility. However, this gives time for BDSA to breathe, slow down, set up some vision, and see really where the next objective is going to kind of bring them towards next. Still a lot of towers on the map for them to take.
Yeah, so I think we got to take stock and look at the gold here and say that, yes, LDLC are up 2,000 gold, but the last two games, Austin, this is exactly the same thing, sometimes more.
Sure.
But BDSA have this Soul Point, this big win con. Their ability to team fight is still so overwhelmingly in their favor, and I've been saying it all series long. We look down at the 80 carries, big damage dealers here on this squad. They are about even, and that's the big thing here. Both these teams able to play through their 80 carries, able to set them up for success, and if they're in that even game state, execution is the name of the game.
18 minutes, almost 19. Baron's going to be coming up in about a minute's time. And while the other big objective, left-hand corner, top side of your screen, 2 minutes and 50 seconds on what could be the Ocean Soul. Yike threatens an engage, but little does he know the rest of BDSA is also here in case he decides to go all in, and that won't end up happening. So tower is brought down to about 50% HP. BDSA not interested in sticking around. They think this is a good time to pull off some of the resets, but it does open up for Ragnar. They have to get some work done on this tier 1.
That is going to be a big deal. No one answering him means that they get to take this turret. That is, okay, well, TP ruins all of that. That was really nice from Chico, because keeping this bottom turret is a big deal for BDSA, who wants to secure these Dragons. That's a big part of what makes it easy for them to be able to do so. That bot wave basically gets halted at that turret. It's easy for BDSA to bounce it right back, but LDLC, well, they're stuck at their tier 2, and this is a side lane, Austin. It's got a nice curve. That's a lot of distance for this minion wave to travel, and it's a lot more work for LDLC to be able to push this out and set up for vision.
Yeah, it's such a valid point, and it really does stop a lot of what you want to do. You have to constantly move for those waves, and BDSA don't have to. And now you can even see them using that bot lane priority to take full control over the jungle, clearing out these pink wards. And even as they drop fresh ones, BDSA move up, clear it out, and maybe even threatening a tier 2 in the mid lane. Ultimate comes through, decent damage, chunks out a couple of the members, but now you're going to see the rest of LDLC try to group up. Yike again, you're not gonna fool me. You're not moving in there. He's gonna back all the way up too.
Well, they're going to have to make a decision soon on the side of LDLC. You still have this Rift Herald up for what looks like another 30 seconds. And I like the move from Yike. He's immediately moving top. Aka's been prepping this for the last minute or so, and it's going to be that opportunity right over the wall. Says, I don't even need to do anything. I'm just going to guide it over. And Aka, make sure you get it low enough to guarantee the kill off the charge. So that will be more gold into LDLC's pocket. You're kidding me.
What?
You're kidding me. Even Shelly is working for BDSA. What is that?
It's rigged, beatdown.
It is rigged.
Fire, Shelly. Oh, wait, that's number 2. What was number 2 called?
I like Kelly, personally.
That's right, it's Kelly.
Yeah.
Kelly, we want Shelly back.
Yeah, exactly. This wouldn't happen if Shelly was here. That's all I'm going to say.
That is rather unfortunate. That would have been a tier 2. That would have been more gold here for the side of LDLC. They would have been able to stack that gold lead up to probably just about an even 36,000. But it's not the case. Ragnar, you can see it, just very hesitant on whether or not he wants to move up. Hey, who's missing on the map? Who could be here? But now he will get at least a little bit of work done on this tower with no plates. And there it is. He'll finish it off. And finally, that tier 1 is going to drop.
Yeah, they get exactly what they want. The timing is good as long as he doesn't overstay. He needs to leave right away. Luckily, he has his bot lane in the area, blocking the easy path towards him, allowing him to just walk up and set up. Here it is, Austin.
All right, Yike.
Dragon Soul.
Incredible steal a couple games ago to lock in the Baron. This one also going to be important. Finally, a 5v5 could break out here for us. Who's going to find the first move? Dragon down to 4,500 HP. A little bit of chunky coming back and forth. Dragon's going to reset. Important to take a look at the waves here to see if it resets again. Who can make a move?
Damage.
But here we go. 2k HP. BDSA, they might be forced out of the pit. Yike will lock it in, and there's the engage. They take down Shio. They try to move in for more, but BDSA kite away quite nicely. But they lose the Dragon, and they lose the jungle.
That's right. That's all they need. LDLC can push this mid-wave, move right up to the Baron. You're 23 seconds on this Lee Sin, and you have plenty of damage to be able to secure this neutral objective. You're seeing aggressive TP. He has flash. He has ult. Maybe BDSA can hold on, but this is a 4 versus 5, and you have no onslaught of shadows.
Oh, aggressive was a little isolated. And now BDSA need to try to assist him and help him. He might just have to turn an ulti. He does have the flash, so okay, he's able to get out, and actually doing that does buy enough time to keep LDLC off the epic objective.
That is a good call, but it is 2 summoner spells. The flash, really important for the Kennen in some situations to be able to get in, so that's not going to be available these next couple of minutes. It doesn't change the fact that LDLC delay the soul. They get a crucial pick, more gold into their pockets, and you're seeing what it's like in this pressure situation for this team we say are so good under that.
Yeah, absolutely. 2 kills now coming in here for Exakick as well. Starting to get stronger after suffering through the early parts of this game. Starting to come online, getting close to that 3-item power spike. Same can be said though for Crownshot. He is the player you are looking at for BDSA to be the big carry. Has all the tools, all the utility imaginable to be able to facilitate him and help him get there to clean up these team fights. But now we'll see a grouping here. We'll see a Dote come to the top side, help Aggressive try to chunk away onto this tier 1, and it looks like LDLC are going to let this go.
It's not worth fighting for. You're not in a position to be able to do much about it. These outer turrets were going to fall regardless anyway, and LDLC still hold on to the gold lead. Is the thing that has been going for them here. Even though we talk about how BDSA team fights so very well, I think LDLC have been doing a good job so far because we're at the 25-minute mark around these neutral fights. To kind of neutralize BDSA, to not let them find the angles that they're very clearly looking for, especially Aggressive on this cannon. And that's the key for LDLC, to deny this reverse sweep, to close things out in Game 5 of the finals.
2 minutes and 40 seconds away now from the next Dragon. Baron is really where both teams are going to be keeping a lot of priority around. Make sure there's no sneaks, and well, so far it's been pretty well controlled, it feels like, on the map here for the side of BDSA. Keeping double pink wards on there. It's better than 1. Don't know if you knew, Beatsa.
I didn't, actually. Wow, that's crazy.
Yeah, crazy how that works, right?
Dude, math? On stream? What can't you do?
I know. So you're gassing me up too much. 25 minutes, though, into this one. Death timer is starting to get pretty long. You go down at this point in time, 30, 40 seconds. You are not going to be on the map here. So positioning, so important. Shio is going to be pushed back just a tad bit, as LDLC will now get just a tad bit of priority to now move in for some of that clearing on the Baron pit.
So I will say, two things I want to point out. One, I did not realize how fed Ragnar was at the moment here. He's almost 3,000 up on Aggressivu, up 50 CS. Yeah, he's a big boy and almost level 16. So he is definitely a big threat to look out for. The other thing, and I want to highlight, LDLC, or rather, no, BDSA, Shio, we talked about the pentakill Aggressivu got, how he set it up. I'm just saying, it was from an insect onto a Victor player. I'm just saying.
Just throwing it out there.
I'm just throwing it out there, you know? I'm trying to put it out into the world so that we could see, like, dude, imagine Game 5, pentakill again on the cannon. Yeah, I'm getting ahead of myself.
That would be a crazy story to come back to if it were to happen. But Shio, you know, it does only take one kick. It just takes one, right? It's almost like
Blitzcrank.
It's exactly it. That's what I tell my teammates when they get mad that they're missing. I'm like, it just takes one, man. Don't worry about it. And that's what you're kind of saying to Shio right now, who, you know, you never want to be Elise in at 26 minutes with 0 KP.
Yeah.
But it's not the worst thing in the world. You still provide, you know, a lot of peel for Crown Shot. If someone moves in, you have the kick for that reason. I mean, on top of that, you have a ton of other utility just in case.
For sure.
You know, it's definitely there to protect Crown Shot, but you can still look for flanks, still look for crazy insects, flash kicks to be able to throw someone like Exa-Kick or the Victor right into the fight, to be able to clean them up. So it really does just take one, but 30 seconds away. We might be getting that one here very soon, but while that happens, BDSA also threatening and moving around the Nash here and making sure they have the right vision in case something does not go right at the Dragon.
Yeah, I like the call, and again, this is the thing, the beauty of being at Soul Point. Ever since they added the Dragon Soul, having Baron and Soul up at the same time means this exact thing could take place. Worth noting, Ragnar has TP.
Yike, he's stolen these before. He's stolen these before, but they need vision on the pit. They need vision on the pit. Shield wants to try to kick him away.
You gotta be kidding me!
Game 5, Yike steals the Baron again! And he gets out! No, Crown Shot will not allow that to happen! Aggressivu uses the ultimate, has the ulti from Zillion as well. The Chrono Shift will keep him alive. Crown Shot trying to work through the other parts of the pit, but it doesn't matter. Ica shuts him down as it's going to be LDLC that get the Baron.
He needed the pink ward, he needed the vision, but Yike doesn't miss these, and it means that no junglers available. Key damage threats on LDLC up and available. That's another Dragon for LDLC. That's another potential soul denied for BDSA, constantly losing out by a hair's breadth on something they've relied on all split long.
Such a risky call for BDSA, thinking they can burst it down, and Yike just barely got into that pit. He needed the vision. You can see it here. He just did not have the vision, and he just moves in the nick of time.
Man, it is brutal the way Yike, he gets the opportunity as soon as the pink ward comes through, and once he gets the steal, like, it's done. Even though you do manage to save Crown Shot with the Devour, you have plenty of CC coming through, and Exa-Kick actually did get a good amount of damage off before he ends up falling, and of course, the Victor, the other damage threat in its composition, was able to solo Crown Shot and secure the win.
My goodness. And now let's take a look at the gold lead. One of the bigger ones that we've seen, 4,500 in favor of LDLC, making them mammoths here in the Game 5. So much gold to work with. But it is still not done just yet for BDSA. They can still stall things, though. We have a minute 15 left on this Baron power play. And LDLC, they're not forcing too hard. So this is still a chance for BDSA. We know they can fight from behind, but that's a lot of damage starting to come out here for LDLC.
Yeah, it's just a 4-item Ragnar. No big deal there. He's got a lot of damage. We talked about how he needed to go big in this game as well, and he's been playing well from start to now. And at this point, you're strong enough, Austin, where one good fight for 30 minutes. Don't want to give LDLC these openings if you are BDSA. You got to be very, very careful because you know what happens when you give LDLC an inch.
They can take a mile. 30 minutes now into this one, but 3 minutes away from the Dragon. BDSA doing an excellent job stalling this one out. That's the solar flare. It is their Dote. He does have a shield. That will be the Chrono Shift that comes through, and he's able to waddle away, but he does have to reset.
So they do get him off of the map. You do get the ultimate out from Chico, but I mean, honestly, the cooldown is not very high, or rather not very, not very high. So he's going to be able to get that one back very, very soon. Still though, you get all this pressure on the map. You get more gold from these turrets, continue to advance this gold lead, and I love it. You take mid, you move bot for another tier 2, and you still have so many of your engage tools available, so much of your damage threat available. And look at DOS's ultimate, more than halfway gone, the cooldown's more than halfway expended. He's gonna get that one back real soon.
Chakram getting a lot of damage done. There's the engage. Ike pulls the trigger and he throws Shield right into the mix. There's no ultimate, no chrono shift that comes in. And now the jungler down for 38 seconds. This is going to buy them a lot of time. It might just be more gold as the LDLC, they do not want to force anything else.
Oh my god, look at the damage here. Ragnar has just been out of his mind. 5k up on the second best here in Crown Shot. And he's been putting out so much damage with these shock blasts, with these engages so well set up by Yike on this Hecarim. You can't let him play this champion. He finds the angles, he pulls the trigger, and LDLC are now firmly in control of this game.
Firmly in control, just building the gold lead up more and more and more. Towers starting to fall. So much global gold coming across the board here for everyone on LDLC. Hexakick starting to work maybe towards another item, starting to funnel more and more gold into their AD carry, who's now level 15. Very close to being right up there with Crown Shot after suffering through the early stages, is here and ready to battle back as we're a minute 25 away. Despite BDSA being down in gold right now, Beatdown, it takes one fight, one smite here from Shio. This is where you're calling for your jungler to go big, see if he can lock in the Ocean Soul.
That's the big thing here. It's all BDSA have left to play for. If they lose another one, another dragon, this might be it, Austin. So this is what's on the line for BDSA. They brought us to game 5, but they need to close it out here. Everyone will have everything up and available. It's going to be about who can get their CC off, who can lock down the key targets. On BDSA, your key targets are Aika, Hexakick, and on LDLC, it's Crown Shot, man. It's always been Crown Shot.
We'll see about 5,500 golds here for LDLC, but that does not stop BDSA from moving all the way up in the mid lane. However, the call from LDLC,
these are late resets.
Let's group up as 5. They have all the tempo. They're pushing the waves all the way in. Take a look at the map. So much to be done here for BDSA, as it's even LDLC walking all the way up to the tier 3.
Yeah, this is a big deal. The resets come in late for BDSA, so you lose a lot of priority over the pit. This is, oh, look, Aggressivu.
Whoa, the damage coming in. Aggressivu in the back line, trying to see if he can find the slicing maelstrom. But that's the pick to come through for Ragnar as they go in again. Yikes sets it up. BDSA, they have nothing left in the tank. That is it. LDLC, they fight back. They cannot be taken down. And they are your 2022 Spring Split champions.
BDSA, they tried their damnedest, Austin. They pushed LDLC to game 5, but from start to finish, beginning to end, it's been nothing but excellence from Team LDLC.
They get it done. They do it. Backs up against the wall. No reverse sweep today.